Things not ideal for the Browns out in Berea as Deshaun Watson listed as questionable for the game Sunday. Take a look. This is the play where he got banged up with his throwing shoulder. A big run that was late in the first half against the Titans. Continued to play and has had a sore shoulder. Hasn't thrown much all week in practice. As he takes a big hit on his throwing shoulder. And as I mentioned, Mary Kay Cabot tweets out, Deshaun Watson now listed as questionable with a shoulder injury for the Ravens game Sunday at 1 o'clock. Kevin Stefanski was asked, does he think his quarterback, Watson, will be able to go Sunday?
I'm hopeful.
Kevin, was he able to throw after we left today?
Light throwing. Light.
Much worse than you guys may have thought it was after the game, or when you
Yeah, I think with any injury, I think you're best served treating them day by day, and that's just what we're doing.
Kevin, it looked like he was wearing something, brace or something on that shoulder. Is that correct?
He'll have something there, yes.
Does it stem from the one hit in the red zone, or was this like an accumulation?
Yeah, I think it was the one play in the red zone, yes.
If DTR has to start this game based on what you've seen every day in practice and in preseason, how would you feel about that?
All of our backups have to be ready to play. It's just the life of a backup, quarterback, backup linebacker, backup anything. You have to prepare yourself to play. And he's prepared just like everybody else. You got to be ready to play. Right. I think with any backup, Mary Kay, you really want to make sure that they're prepared to run the game plan as it is. And it's coaches' jobs to put the game plan together and then call it accordingly. But your backup quarterback is ready to execute your game plan.
What about the fact that Watson just never misses games with injury? He's one of those warrior guys, and it's just, you talked about his toughness after the last game. I'm guessing that he'll do anything he possibly can to get out.
He will, and he's been getting, taking care of his body. He knows his body, so that's why I'm hopeful.
With that, let's welcome in G. Bush, 92.3 The Fans, The Barbershop, as well as the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. And G. Bush, hopeful does not excite me for my starting quarterback in an AFC North game.
Yeah, we were actually on air at the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show when it kind of came down that Deshaun Watson was having some trouble throwing the football. According to Mary Kay Cabot, threw a couple of passes. Zach Jackson, an Athletic, also reported that he threw a few passes and immediately went over to talk to the trainer. He has not been doing any really big-time throwing, light throwing, and he didn't participate in any of the goal line packages. From that point forward in practices, obviously DTR took the rest of the 100% of the snaps. It's unfortunate. He's downgraded to questionable, but I do think that he'll do everything possible in his power to kind of get out there and make sure he, is going to throw the football. Isn't it quite ironic? Just seems like about a year ago or 2 years ago where, we're talking about the same type of thing with Baker Mayfield. Went to tackle somebody, after an interception against the Cardinals. That injury lingered on throughout the rest of the season. Obviously, Baker did not perform the way he, the way he wanted to. And he was no longer here. Now, that was his opposite shoulder, right? That wasn't his throwing shoulder. This is Deshaun Watson's throwing shoulder. So, just kind of the same way that we're dealing with this. Hopefully it's a thing that is not as bad as we think. But Joe Burrow has been going through the whole situation as well with his situation with his calf. And it's just like a shoulder. You're going to continue to use that shoulder. You're going to be asked to throw the ball and push the ball downfield. I'll be anxious to see what type of the game plan is. Is it going to be a more vertical passing attack, or is it going to be, if he does play, is he able to throw quick, 3 steps drops, get the ball screens and stuff like that? However, I would also be anxious to look forward to seeing how often now Deshaun Watson has designed quarterback runs. Because Kevin Stefanski did admit that the play he was injured on, that was a quarterback power play. That was a play that was called for him in the goal line area, in the goal line situation. So now are they going to be a little more apprehensive and cautious in letting him run the football, especially when it comes to quarterback designed runs moving forward?